A wonderful evening to all of you. So, dear students, in the previous episode 3, we are discussing about the topic transition to air. And in this topic, we discuss about some of the points the plant adopted to thrive on the land, like the plant have roots, shoots, cuticle to minimize water loss, stomata to maintain the water loss, as well as the CO2 and O2 requirement for the photosynthesis and the respirations. But dear students, in this episode actually we are continue these sessions, okay, and so this is very important message to you. If you don't watch the episode 3, then please go to the episode 3, press the I button and watch it, and then come here for the more crystal clear concept. Okay, so the students, in this episode we are especially dealing with the vascular systems. We are going to study about the vascular systems, the introductions, the xylem, then phloem, and basically a modern vascular plant. Okay, so dear students, let us going to start the vascular systems. Okay, so what you think? I think all of you know the human beings. With the human beings maximum 6 feet tall. Okay, and the transportations of the minerals, nutrients, and the gases, as well as it is very important to supply the brain also. So it is against the gravity, and no problem. We have the pumping stations. Okay, we have the pumping organ, heart, and it generated huge amount of force to supply all of these things against the gravity. Okay, because the brain is very important organ and it needs glucose and oxygen. Okay, that is very important. But do you think that a plant and maximum even 100 meters tall, then how the transportation occurs in the plant? Okay, so starting from the root to the tips of the leaves, and huge tall, approximately even about the 100 meters tall tree. How it is possible? How the transportation occurs? How the transportation of the minerals, nutrients, and the gases also occurs? How the food substances transport occurs? So okay, so now you know, in human being we have circulatory systems, and because of the circulatory systems, that means the blood vascular systems and the lymphatic system plays a very vital roles for the transportation of all of these things. Just like that, the plant also have vascular systems. What? Vascular systems. It is also known as conducting systems. It is also known as what? Conducting system. It is an efficient process, a system, and highly evolved, effective, and efficient systems, which is responsible for the transportation of the minerals, waters, and food substances as well. Okay, the whole vascular systems or the conducting systems, it is divided into the two system. One is the xylem and the other one is the phloem. Okay, so what is actually xylem? So dear students, the main function of the xylem, we are here only to just introduce you the terminology. Don't worry, we will study in detail in our subsequent classes. Okay, so the xylem, what is the function? The main function of the xylem is to transport the water and the minerals, okay, in the upward directions. Okay, and to supply the waters and everything in the upward, even the tip of the leaves also. Okay, and the next one is what? Phloem. Okay, so phloem, it is responsible for the transportation of the food substances. Transportation of what? Food substances. Okay, so concentrate on the screen. There is an image. I think you can see there is a crystal clear diagram. Okay, in which you can see the ls longitudinal sections and transverse sections are given. So look very carefully. You can see on the xylem the arrow, it is an upward direction. What is the meaning of the arrow in the upward direction? Because it signifies that there is an upward transportation of the water is going on. But just in the opposite, just in the phloem, you can see there is an arrow in the downward directions, the arrow in the downward directions. Okay, so actually what happened in case of the phloem, the transportation of the food substances starting from the source to the sink, it is variable. Okay, and the food, it is important to transport in the stems, in the leaves, even from the leaves to the roots also, in the different parts. So the phloem, transportation of the phloem, it is a kind of multi-directional. Okay, in the different divergence in the different path. Okay, but in case of the xylem, the transportation is in unidirectional. Okay, so I think you understood the concept without having any doubt. Okay, then the next we are discussing about what? A modern vascular plant. Okay, so dear students, have a look on the screen. There is an image. Okay, just after the few seconds will arise. So it is a diagram or the image of BCF fava plant or the broad bean plant. Okay, you can see the root systems actually. So there are student root systems or the different types of the roots: primary root, secondary root, tertiary root, lateral roots. Different types of the roots make the root systems. Okay, and the shoot systems, it is above the ground. Okay, and that's how the shoot system is made. So the stem and the leaves, all of them make up the shoot systems. Okay, so you can see the image here. Yeah, the plant and the root systems, shoot systems. Okay, so the next we are going to discuss about the node and the internode. What is node and what is internode? Okay, so node is the part. So node is the part at which the one or many leaves arise. Okay, that is known as what? Nodes. Okay, so just like that. So if this one is the stem, if this one is the stems. Okay, so and from the stems the leaf is arise. So this point is known as what? Node. Okay, and what is internode? So it is just the gap between the two successive node is known as what? Internode. Okay, and the next, I think the mesophyll tissue, it is also very important. It is present on the leaves and it is specialized for the photosynthesis also. Okay, so have a look on the image. You can see the node and the internode very crystal clear. Okay, so my dear students, if you are interested in my notes which I have created for the presentations, okay, so please let me know. I will share a download link so that just after the lecture you will download it, no problem. And if you are still not subscribed, okay, so I want you to subscribe the channel, just a single press, nothing more, and also hit the bell icon for the update. Okay, and thank you so much for being here.